As previously noted in this course, the recent shift of the real estate market to rentals has more brokerages and licensees handling rentals and property management. With so many homeowners losing their homes to trustee sales or selling as a short sale, they need a place to live. With their credit damaged by either, they seek a rental. Individuals who have owned for years now find themselves looking for a rental. As investors buy these properties, they often convert them to rentals. With this shift from homeownership to tenancy, more and more agents who might have never done a rental before find themselves with rental listings and tenants. Therefore, many brokerages and licensees are acting as the leasing agent as well as the property manager. While many brokerages decided that they would not allow property management in their firms, just as many have either decided to continue offering property management or begin offering the service to their licensees. This is where it gets dicey. Once again, a broker that decides not to offer property management as a service to their clients should properly inform its licensees that they are not permitted to offer such services. While the broker might do an exemplary job in communicating to the licensees the prohibition regarding property management, the broker might fail to inform her licensees what activities constitute property management. A broker can get into trouble if her licensees are conducting property management, even though it is the policy of the firm not to offer such services. As a licensee, there are some simple yet crucial rules to follow if you decide to manage properties. They are: 1. You must determine that your broker allows property management. As explained above, it is up to the broker if she or he will allow property management. While many brokers throughout Arizona allow such activities, many do not. 2. Learn how the broker wants the paperwork for a lease and the subsequent property management. Does the broker have his or her own forms, or does the broker want you to use the industry standard forms? 3. How does the broker operate the trust account? The broker could have 2 different trust accounts, one for general activities and one for property management only. ADRE has specific rules and statutes that the broker must follow in establishing and maintaining a trust account. While the broker can control what happens once he or she deposits a client's money, the broker must rely upon the licensees to handle the money properly before depositing any client money. 4. As a licensee, never, and we mean never, establish or maintain your own trust account, and never deposit any client money into your personal or business checking savings account. Such mishandling of funds is considered commingling and is a reason for complaints being filed with ADRE. If a broker intends to deposit the money into its trust account, there must be a corresponding document that identifies where the broker will deposit the money and under what conditions the broker might or might not return the money. In the case of property management, a lease and the property management agreement are the corresponding documents. If the lease says that the tenant has offered a $500 deposit check with the lease should say where the recipient will deposit that check. Of course, when writing a lease, the choice is that either the broker will hold the deposit or the landlord will hold the deposit. Let's look at a typical lease and property management situation and discuss options for handling this money. Agent Joe has a listing on a rental house and has a property management agreement signed with the owner. In the listing, Joe indicates that all the money should be payable to his broker's trust account, the Betty Realty Trust account. You show the property to the prospective tenant, and they want to write a lease. In some cases, Joe might ask the prospective tenant to submit an application first, possibly with an application fee and a credit report. Let's assume we are past that step. Your client Amy wants to offer the listed price of $2,100 per month, wants a 1-year lease, and will offer the statutory maximum, per ARS 33-11321, that the owner may request for the security deposit, 1 1/2 months' rent, or in this case, $1,650. The statute does say that although the landlord cannot require or request more than that amount, the tenant may voluntarily offer more if she desires. We will explore that issue later. Amy will also offer the requested $300 cleaning fee and the $400 pet fee for her cat. She understands that both of those are non-refundable. You write in the lease that Amy will write a check for $500 as an initial deposit. There is no rule or statute stipulating the amount of the initial deposit. The deposit can be for any amount that all parties find acceptable. How should Amy write the check? Payable to whom? In the listing, Joe stated that all deposits will be held by the broker's trust account in the lease agreement. In some fashion, you would check a box or indicate that the check is payable to the Betty Realty Trust account. Must it say Property Management Trust account? No, that is not necessary, as many brokers do not have a specific Property Management Trust account. You would submit the lease and any corresponding addenda to Joe, along with the initial deposit check. Joe would give that check to the person in his office who is delegated to handle trust account checks. That person would deposit the check and post it in accordance with ADRI rules and the Arizona statutes. What would happen if Amy did not have her checkbook? It is Saturday afternoon, and she needs to give you the $500, but she has no cash and cannot go to her ATM and obtain the cash. May you accept the cash? Probably not. Both your broker and ADRI would want you to do something different and not take on the liability that accepting cash would bring. The options are: wait until Amy can get her checkbook to write the check. Go to any supermarket, convenience store, or any facility that offers money orders. Have Amy convert the cash to a money order, payable to the broker's trust account. Since it is Saturday afternoon, Joe told you that there has been a lot of activity on the property, and Amy does not want to lose out on getting the property. Would it be wrong if you took the cash from Amy and wrote a check from your personal checking account? It would move things along faster and give Amy a better shot at getting the property. Isn't your goal to assist clients? Yes, your goal is to take care of the client, but never when your license is in jeopardy. Taking the cash and writing the check might seem helpful and harmless, but under the law, it qualifies as commingling, mixing a client's funds with an agent's personal funds. ADRI considers that as embezzlement, a felony. Commingling funds would not only put an agent's license in jeopardy, but it could lead to a felony conviction and jail time. Assuming that the owner accepts Amy's lease and they move forward, before Amy obtains the keys to move in, she would need to submit the balance of the funds that are due on the lease. That might include the first month's rent and prorated rent if Amy moves in before the beginning of the month, the security deposit, the fees for cleaning, pets, etc., minus Amy's initial deposit. That might mean that Amy needs to give the owner close to $3,000. Here are some issues relating to the move-in process and the proper handling of funds. Joe, the owner or the broker, could require that Amy provide a cashier's check or money order for the final move-in funds. There are several reasons for this, but clearly, the main reason is to ensure that there are good funds before providing possession of the property. Under Arizona law, good funds are funds that a bank would consider good, meaning that if deposited today, they would be good today. Cashier's checks, money orders or wired funds, and cash would be considered good funds. Without good funds, the broker might want to hold the funds for a week or two to verify that the checks clear before dispersing funds to the owner, to Joe for his commission, and to your broker for your commission. Also, it is important to keep in mind that Arizona statutes require that funds stay in a broker's trust account at least 1 day before writing checks against those funds, even if they are good funds under the law.